Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Crypto, Coffee and Lo-Fi. I apologize for my voice. I'm still quite under the weather, still quite sick. I thought this was going to be gone a few days ago, but I didn't really recover over the weekend. But I'm here anyway. I promise you guys an episode, so let's go, let's do this. The Bitcoin predictions that I've been talking about for weeks now are starting to play out. We are seeing some obvious distribution here. Now we may see some relief going to the start of the week. Hopefully we do. We're about to close the weekly candle, so we'll have a look at that also. Yep, so I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Let's see what we have here for the majors today. Okay. Alright, so just quickly covering this again for the people that have not been tuning in for the other episodes. If you have not been tuning in and this is your first episode, make sure you head over, watch the previous ones. There's a lot of information there that should help you out. If the strategy does interest you and the way that I trade does interest you, click the link in the description below, purchase the strategy. You get access to a Discord room. You can ask me questions. You can see my live trades and everything like that. Okay, so just going forward here, we have a double top. We move above that double top and then break below the swing that was responsible for sweeping it right here. Okay, now once we return to this level, we start to mitigate the orders here and redistribute, forming the exact same pattern again. This being a double confirmation, which is the basis for my entire strategy. Okay, we swept out these equal lows. All right, I did have a short here. I posted on Twitter. Sweeping this high, the low that was responsible for sweeping the high, returning. See this a little bit better on the 15 minutes, so let's look at that. Okay, right here and right here was my entry, or my stop right above. Now that we've taken the equal lows out, I think we have a decent opportunity here to retrace. Now, do I think that this retracement is going to lead to a continuation in the bull run? No, I do not think so, and this is why. So because we are leaving this low intact, I'm not sure that if we break up above here, that it's going to lead to a continuation. I think if we do break up above here, the most likely scenario is retesting this support level here, support turn resistance, or even retesting the base of this reversal right here, being the bearish broken base. So if I think we're going to retrace, but I don't think we're going to continue up. However, if we do see enough evidence to say that we are reaccumulating, then I will kind of switch my bias to bullish. But for now, I think this is it. If we do see a move up, it's just going to be a retracement. So something like this, we would need to break structure firstly. So this high would need to be invalidated. Then once the high is invalidated, I would look for a return to somewhere in this zone where I will look for reaccumulation. This is the only time I'll look to be getting long in this range. Okay, and then once I do get long, targeting this low here or this low here. However, I do think shorts are still favored. Okay, so we came up and we actually swept out this high right here. Okay, forming another broken base, yet another bearish confirmation. So we have to always use the current price action on what we're seeing, regardless of what my bias wants to be. I need to be objective and look at the chart. Okay, so alright, so looking at this low here for shorts, okay, we may see a lower time frame entry to get long, but if I do see that, it's just going to be a scalp targeting this area here. If we do reach up into 48.50 and start to sell off, and we start to see more distribution, then shorts will look really good from there, just targeting down at this low. On a macro level, if we do run this low, move into this zone here, or move into this bullish broken base just here, and start to reaccumulate, that's a good sign. Okay, but for now, I really do think sub 40k is imminent. I think the chances of us going there are actually quite high. Now, if you have a bullish bias, I'm not telling you to not trade that, okay? Like I said, if we start to break up and we start to reaccumulate, my bias could change instantly, all right? So just keeping that in mind, these episodes aren't to tell you what to do or for you to change your mind just because my bias is different to yours, because I could be wrong. All right. Now my strategy, I know I've mentioned this before, I'm only right roughly 50% of the time. So just because I'm trading the 4-hour chart doesn't mean that statistic changes. It just means that the time for me to know that I'm wrong is just increased. Okay, so I could get invalidated here and I could be wrong. We could continue up, but you know, this distribution does look quite obvious to me, so I don't think I'm going to be wrong. But there we go. Moving on. Where am I at here? 5 minutes. Looking at Ethereum. Now, if you go back and watch the video, The Smart Way to Read a Trend, you will know that I talk about when you are in a bullish trend, for example, you want to retest bullish levels. Okay, so you look at the previous swing, and if that previous swing has some accumulation, that's a good sign. And ideally what you want to see is a retest of these levels before continuing your run up. Now, there is another scenario. So retesting around 26 to 2800 here would be ideal, in my opinion, if we are going to have a healthy retrace before we continue the move up. However, we can see this. We are sitting right at support here. So there's also a case for an earlier bullish move, sweeping out this low, breaking above the high that was responsible for sweeping the low, and then reaccumulating. Okay, and this is, the reaccumulation part is important, because what you don't want to see is a move down and something like that. Okay, you want to see the break above, the solid break, so a close, and then you want to see the reaccumulation here as we retest this broken base. Okay, on that hourly you can see we also have multiple bearish confirmations, although they aren't as clean as Bitcoin. ETH is much stronger than Bitcoin at the moment, but here we have a few obvious sweeps, forming the first broken base here, sweeping above, forming a second broken base now. So the reason I said we need to see the reaccumulation is because we could easily sweep above this high, just testing some of these levels and then continue down, like what we saw on Bitcoin right here, sweeping out this high and continuing down. So the reaccumulation part is important. If we do move above, we need to hold above, and then we need to reaccumulate. But for now, again, I think the bearish scenario is a little bit more likely to play out, as in a retest and then a continuation to the downside. I still see a lot of crypto Twitter and a lot of people in the Discord groups in disbelief at the moment. I don't think anyone would be, or not many people would be prepared for a move below 3K and a move below 40K on Bitcoin. And once we reach there, how many people are still going to hold their bullish bias? Okay, and really that's where you want to be looking to get long into. You want to long into other people's pain, essentially. Okay, now really quick, going over the exchange tokens again, just waiting on these bullish levels to be tested. We did sweep out a lot of these lows, so that's a really good sign here on FTT. If we can break above right here and then again reaccumulate, then I'll be looking to get long, something like this. Right. However, I would prefer this level to be tested before moving up. BNB, still looking at this level here, similar to FTT. We have a sweep of equal lows right here, and then we break above the high that was responsible for sweeping the lows right here. Now I want to form multiple confirmations, but if we don't get that and instead we get a break above right here followed by reaccumulation like everything else, then we can look to get long. However, I'm still favoring the bearish setups. So I'm just going to leave that there today. I'm running on to, where are we at? Running on to 10 minutes. A little bit sick, so I'm not going to be covering any DeFi or anything like that. But just a quick recap. I think a bearish retest here on Bitcoin before we head sub 40K. I think that's the most likely scenario. I might get a long scalp in here, targeting roughly 48.8. If we see a rejection right here, followed by some redistribution, then I'll look to get short into sub 40K. However, if we do break above this high and start to reaccumulate, then we can target this low or this low. No worries, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. If you did like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in the strategy, head to the Discord, to the link below. Click that, purchase the strategy, and I'll get back to you. No worries, guys. Bye-bye.